Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Life Talk Pod with Bami. Here we ask questions we often avoid but desperately need to explore. I want to welcome my friends today and thank them for their busy schedule. My podcast today, interact with you guys. One thing that touches me every time I see you guys every week is the fact that you guys support, share our content, engage, and it really means a lot to me. So without further, I think Kuka will join us later. So, Michael, how are you?
Yeah,
You can start by introducing us
yeah,
to
thanks,
the audience then.
Reba. Yeah, my name is Michael Olona. I'm an actuary and I'm based in the United States. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here. I went to school with Yerebami, Shedi, and Koka. So, we were in the same class. And, it was a fun time with them. And even, after school, we still continued as friends. So, yeah, excited to be here.
Thank you so much. Damilola, which one should I call you? Damilola or Sheriff? I know you want Damilola here.
I know where you're coming from. I'm good, I know.
Okay. Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, my name is Sharif Ogunwo Damilola. I'm an entrepreneur and I used to be a data analyst at some point. I'm currently based in Nigeria.
Wow.
So,
Thanks, man. Thanks. Pelumi.
My name is Pelumi Koka. I am an entrepreneur and accountant. I'm
Wow.
currently based in Nigeria. So, yeah.
We are all accountants. I'm sure we are not practicing. We're not practicing accountants, but we are accountants.
Accounting is too difficult.
It's nice to interact with you guys. Michael is an actuary, he's an actuarial scientist. Danola is an entrepreneur. Pelumi is also an entrepreneur and accountant. I'm also an accountant also, so let's leave it like that. Thank you guys. The topic we want to also look into today is the influence of studies have shown directly between heavy usage of social media and an increased level of anxiety and low self-esteem, especially young people. They sometimes scroll endlessly, compare constantly, and perform while silently falling apart the scenes. At the same time, these platforms, offer connection, awareness, and creativity, like what we're using it to do right now. So what is really going on is the issue about these social platforms themselves. So how do we use them? We want to just explore both sides of the coin. I mean, the good and the bad. And we promise that it will be a wonderful conversation. So, Michael, let me start with you. What was your first experience with social media, and how did it shape your view of it?
I think, my first experience with social media is Facebook. I think, back then in secondary school, junior secondary school, got introduced to Facebook, and you could post pictures, you could connect with friends, connect with people. I remember then I used to, save my money, my feeding money to go to the cafe so that I can, log into Facebook, stuff like that. So I think that was my first experience, and
Wow.
going further, got into school, then I got introduced to, Instagram, and even now, even now TikTok is it's like a very common social media app that people use. So generally, I think it has been like a part of my growing up. Basically, social media has been a part of my growing up, and I just initially, there's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of connections that you can make, even with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very good social media app, that you can connect with people. So I think generally, social media is what you make of it. And I think just how I would
Well,
summarize my experience with it.
so like, how did you not shape a view of it? Like, was it something that you felt like you could, that I think made you a little bit outspoken, or like, was it something that made sure that yes, you could connect well with people?
Mm, I think, yeah, initially it was just a means to,
No, the reason I asked that was because I think the reason behind the founder was like, okay, you could connect with your friends,
yeah,
you could, have this connection even beyond seeing each other, and at least the visual experience of it was kind of like, enticing at the moment, at that time. I could remember too, when I first of all, you know like logged in on Facebook. I went back home. I came back to school. Everybody said, "Oh yes, I sent you a friend request. You didn't accept." And I was in a boarding school, so I couldn't bring the phone. So like I said, okay, maybe when I go back again after 4 months, I'll accept your request. But it's kind of crazy. Like it was like kind of intoxicating at that moment, especially Facebook.
yeah,
It was really.
yeah. I think for
So
me,
what was your
yeah, I think for me it's just a way to have social interaction.
hello?
Hello, yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm, mm. I think the network is bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Mm. I think we'll come back to Michael. Cook boy, Alpha,
Yeah, what's
how
up?
you doing?
I'm alright, bro.
Okay, Michael, are you there now?
Yes,
You want
I'm here.
to answer the question?
Yeah, yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying like it's just a way for me to have social interactions with people and connect with
I
Well,
think
we'll
that
come back.
network is
I don't
breaking.
want the mothers in the hair. They don't want you to speak.
people.
They're also done. So, Kokadari, why do you think social media has become such a powerful presence in our daily lives?
Um,
Like, yeah, you see people walking on the street and holding their like. There's no communication or interaction among human beings anymore, and I'll tell you that for a fact. You're on the bus, you're in the train.
you're
Everybody's
on your
glued to their
phone. Yes, you're on your phone.
everybody's glued to their phones. There's no interaction at all, and it's kind of scary and alarming at the same time, because this drug is greater than fentanyl. The drug that you cannot ban, you cannot put tariffs on, you cannot, I don't know. It's just like crazy. So why do you think it has become such a powerful, tool in our daily lives?
Firstly, I would say I think social media is what you make of it, like Michael said earlier. Because personally, it has social media has helped me like a lot. Number one, because of my business. Number two, because of connecting with people. Let me say right now, apart from when we were in school and all of that, right now, more than half of the people I know and I communicate with every day, they are because of social media, basically online.
Mm,
Some people from customers, they become friends. So that's how it has been for me. I don't know. Social media is what you make of it. There's not really bad view from my side. But personally, I feel like also social media can be terrifying if you look
mm,
at it, because like what you said earlier, you're in the bus, everybody's on their phone, nobody pays attention to the person beside them. You don't know what's
mm,
going on 10 steps away from you. You don't know if somebody's trying to grab somebody beside you or they are trying to like hurt somebody somewhere. Everybody's just
yeah.
minding their business, pressing their phone. It's everywhere now. Some people
Mm,
drive and they press phones.
hmm.
It can lead to like a lot. So
Is that addictive? Let me put it like
yeah,
that. I
the
don't want.
addiction is actually crazy now. It's like a lot. So I feel like, I don't know, social media is like 50-50, 50% good, 50% bad.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll go in both sides, but this we're trying to the first segment. I didn't be setting the scene. We're trying to understand the concept of this phenomena. Trying to make sense of what has become part of our daily lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that. Yes, for you that you're a businessman or a business person, the presence is actually quite impactful, most especially when it comes to dealing with clients and customers, like you said. Gaining that what do you call it? The
Customer client relationship, basically.
customer base that you need, yeah, customer base that and the client relationship that people can trust you without even seeing you, and you can deliver for them. Yeah, yeah, I can testify to that because I've actually dealt with you and you're not disappointed so far. So, Sharif, can you hear me?
I'm very much here. Very much here.
I saw your network fluctuating, so I just wanted to know. So I wanted to know from a perspective whether social media is inherently harmful or is just misused.
Yeah. Again, my name is Sherry Bogumbawale. So, social media has a very, very crazy disadvantage. It can be very, very addictive.
Hey,
It
hold
can be
on,
very, very
I
addictive.
can, Sharif,
I'm with you.
can you hear me? Uh, can you shift the camera back so that I can see your face properly? 'Cause I
Okay,
can't. We can't. I'm just moving there.
can you see me now?
I can't see his face. So
Maybe you should tilt it a little bit up, right?
no, just tilt it a little bit up here.
Can
Like
you
it's
see me
just
now?
showing your forehead.
My forehead.
Like yeah.
Yes, it's better.
That when you shift
Okay.
it to the back, yeah.
Okay, is it cool now?
I think so. Yeah, please.
Okay. So, in my opinion, social media has um a couple of disadvantages, and it could be very, very addictive. Like, let me use Twitter as an example because I use Twitter a lot.
Mm.
A couple of things that happened in 2020, 2021 are different from the things that happened. Oh, my light just went off. I don't know if you could give me some minutes to come back.
Oh my. Wait, you said what? Okay, your light just went off.
Yeah,
Yeah, his light went off.
Okay.
Nigeria. I'm sorry.
Michael, can you hear me? Maybe you come.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, can you just take over from Sheriff? Maybe when he fixes his lights, we can come back to him so that we'll not keep him waiting. So from your perspective, will you consider social media harmful or something that is just misused?
Mm, I think generally it is misused. I would say it is misused. I mean, in the sense that um, if you really know, yeah, what
Michael's
you want to
network is
achieve.
really
What's wrong with everybody's day?
off.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, but I think the network is kind of bad.
Oh, I don't know why. That's weird.
Ah, are you not using Star or we should call Elon Musk?
No.
I mean, I, I thought he's. No, you can go on, Jerry, before I come back to Damilola or Sheriff.
Yeah,
Just
I'm saying generally, I think it is misused because, I mean, if you know what you want, I mean, out of life, and yeah, you will try to tailor social media to what you want out of life, basically, and not,
oh,
yeah, just go with the flow of what people are using it for or what people are seeing from it. So
no,
I think, to just answer shortly, I think it is misused instead of it being a negative effect generally.
mm. Sheriff, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm very much.
Okay. Are you trying to? Okay, you're trying to adjust your. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm using my ring.
this.
I'm using my ring.
I don't know. This is amateur. I'm trying to call you guys out because I expect you guys to see me and what they call it, Sapio, and yeah, it can't be moving up and down like this. What's going on?
You
You
are
can't
trying
even see
everything
your face.
possible.
You're just seeing your mouth. Oh, guys, can you
Me?
see his face?
Yeah, I can see his face.
Yes, now. Uh, okay, since you say can see his face, yeah. Sharif, you can answer now. Like from your perspective, is social media harmful or is it just misuse?
It is misused. It is misused.
Okay,
So
sure, it's not.
I'm going to put that.
I can. It's harmful in a way, not in so many ways
I,
because
I feel like it being harmful can be curbed. You get. I'll give you an instance.
mm,
I think in 2020 on Twitter, a couple of people used to use Twitter as an avenue just to gain clouds, and they taught a lot of young people bad things there. Because okay, now on Twitter, if someone
mm,
accuses you of something currently on Twitter, they checkmate them. They'll be like, no, this is not a full story. This is a half-baked story. Please bring this. Unlike then in 2021, 2020, 2019,
mm,
when you just bring a one-sided story, people would believe, even if you're lying, they will tell you that, okay, this person is right. But now, people now understand that, okay, I think some people try to use this just to chase cloud, just to gain followers and all. But
Okay.
I think the advantage of social media is actually more than disadvantage.
mm.
Yeah.
You know what I think? Because I think was it last? Because last week we were talking about the guest I had last week. We were talking about free speech in that age. And I think last year I can remember in the United States where they had this congressional hearing where they called all the heads of the social media. That is Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Snapchat, the CEO of X, and all other social media platforms. And because there was this like common theme that people are using it to, to perpetrate harm onto other people. And I think I heard the testimony of a mom that said her son bought fentanyl from somebody on Snapchat and it killed him. So like things like that are not nice. They are not. They're not the. I'm sure they're not the initial plan of the founder of such networks, because nobody will ever create something that will intentionally want to harm somebody. But like we can say that it is harmful to the degree in which you wish it to be, because I think anything after 11, I don't check my Instagram again. Anything after 11, I just like I think they have this sleep mode. I put it on that makes it so that yes, I'm done for the day. But there's some people that you know, like I say, harmful. Some pedophiles can go onto some of these platforms to exploit young, naive people. You know,
Yeah.
or people can use it to defraud people and all these other malicious things that you can't even think about. Now, for the young ones, it is just being misused because I think when there's no control or self control about something, everything is always abused. No matter what it is, if there's no self control, it's going to be abused. I remember my younger self, obviously. Um, I can't count the amount of times that I had to have my gadget seized because I lost control, not because like it was taking much of my time
Too
and
much
it
of
was
your
affecting
time.
so that is the what do you call it? That is the turning point or the breaking point. I mean, of the use of these um, networks. You can't allow it to affect your life negatively because before before social media there was life. Even people that lived in the age before Christ lived their lives without social media. They interacted with people, they moved, they traveled, they sought wisdom from different places. But we can't allow the negative side of such networks or such platforms to make us feel inept or incapable of living our lives. The younger generation now, it's quite alarming that nothing can be done without, and you see a lot of jargons or nonsense because sort of illicit advice, nonsense takes. You know, it's just a jungle out here. But we want to sieve out the nonsense and make sure that the good about the platforms comes to life, makes lives better. Like you said, you guys are business people. You use it for your businesses. You use it to interact with clients. You use it to get clients. Relationships that will not lead to harm, and it's a good thing and a thing of beauty. But when it is now starts to affect your life personally and tries to take over your life, then that is the no for me. Moving on, I always want to look at the good side now of it. Like I want to know. So let me start with Coca. Calling me.
Yeah.
So what are some of the powerful or positive things you have seen come from social media? Um, I think Damilola is back. Sorry, I'm sure it's a network, but I know it's fine now. Yes, I think it's better now. So I wanted to know what are some
I'm
of the
good.
powerful, positive things you have come from social media and
Um,
Pelumi.
yeah, so one of the things that I would say social media has really been helpful for is connecting with people. Because there's somebody, let
Yeah.
me make an instant. There's a friend here
Mm.
that I lost connection with like 2, 3 years ago. And recently, like all of a sudden I just got a message on my Instagram that, hey, what's up? Can you go? How are you doing? And I was like, when I checked the profile, I was like, wow, how did you find me? Like I don't even, my name is not even what I use on Instagram. But
Have
my
you?
brand name is like the OS Coca pin is like what I use. So I was really surprised and I was like happy at the same time. Like, thank God we are reconnecting and all of that. So I feel like it helps you build relationships. Okay, see, you are in the UK. Sapio is in another country. We are here in Nigeria. Okay, I'm in Lagos. Damlola is in Ibadan. Imagine that kind of a thing. Imagine there was no social media.
Yeah.
How would
I
we
think
keep in touch after school? Everybody would
the
have
UK
been on their own and all of that.
write letters. The UK has postal services that write letters to you guys. We can keep in touch that way. But I'm not
How
sure.
many days will your letter take? That's the first question I'll ask you.
Uh, 1 week or 2 weeks or so.
You see, but now when I want to reach you, I just send you a message or I just give you a call on WhatsApp or somewhere.
Yeah. It's quite. I think as at 2011, we're not this digitalized in the world. 'Cause I remember
Yeah.
I remember that time. I think
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we
I
got wind
think
of
Facebook
WhatsApp
started
back.
like that.
What?
Facebook started like 2006 or 2007 because I remember I used to go to
Yeah,
Yeah,
Facebook
Facebook
at
started
Lagos
pretty
to.
early, like 2006.
yeah, yeah. But it was not something that was into to everybody. Like nobody. I think when I
Hmm.
think it was the 2009 or something. I can't remember. So, like I just joined because I saw one of my friends join. I didn't even have a picture to post. The pictures were just. It's always I'm not sure I'll be proud to post that. My God, I think when I was doing my masters last year. Me and my friends went to the lounge to just have some nice time after class, and I was showing them my what do you call that thing throwback. Yeah, I was
Throwbacks
saying
are
my
terrifying.
This guy said, Jesus Christ, Deji, how you call me DJ? DJ, is this you? Like, is this you? It can't be you, bro. God, like even me, I just said like we're just showing ourselves our throwback pictures, and I just said, look, let me just show this people, and I was like, Unilag have this auditorium. Is it auditorium near this not auditorium, this Colosseum near this sports center, and I was taking that
Oh,
place
that's
near
Amphi.
amphitheater. Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Sorry. And the picture I took has this green jeans with lemon with pink shades. And I don't even know some. Oh God, it was just like if you see me, I didn't have these chicks then, so it was
Lemon,
like I
lemon
was
warrior.
really God. God. Like it's good that you understand. It's good that we've come a long way, but I think that's one of the good sides of it. Like you can look at how far you
Yeah.
have come. You can actually measure your progress from this is where I started. This is where I am now. Look at how I was looking back then. God, no money, nothing, nothing. Look at where I am now. At least I'm okay. I can fend for myself and things are going well, So like these are some of the things that, like you can see like the good sides of it. Michael, is your network good now? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Michael. Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. I wanted to ask you the question about mental health because um, you know, I wanted to know how our social media helps marginalized communities or raise the awareness about mental health. Because I know that mental health is a big where you are, even where I am. It's a big thing, So I wanted to know how it has helped raise the mental health awareness, raise awareness about our mental state of mind. Many people, many of these young ones nowadays see people balling out on social media, and everybody wants to just go crazy. It's depressing at times, and you want to just go and do some things that you're not supposed to do just for the sake of proving to people that don't give that don't care about you,
Yeah.
to try to get their validation or something. Just it's just a wide world out there. I need to just know your take on how it has helped raise awareness concerning our mental health, please.
Um. So I think mental health was not really a topic until like COVID, and COVID
Mm.
kind of intensified, or social media kind of went up. Like the use of social media kind of went up during COVID because
Oh
people were at
God,
home.
Network.
Can you hear me?
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah. So yeah. So I was saying that yeah, I think yeah during COVID, yeah, the use of social media kind of went up and mental health became like a big topic. So yeah,
Mm.
because of that interaction, between the fact that the world was shut down, and a lot of people were actually going on social media, to kind of unwind, because they didn't have anybody to talk to, TikTok went up, there were a lot of views, so that kind of, I mean, drove the awareness around mental health. Like mental health then became a topic because you would then, when you come on social media during COVID, then you begin to hear that, somebody, I mean, hung himself, because he was depressed, because he lost his job, that kind of thing. So yeah, mental health started becoming like a regular topic, People started putting a lot of focus on mental health. So I think yes, social media has done a good job of increasing the awareness about mental health. Yeah, especially after COVID. Pre-COVID, I mean, it wasn't too much of a big deal, but after COVID, you know, yeah, it was. Yeah, the mental health conversations kind of spiked on social media.
Mm. Yeah, that's actually true. Because I think COVID was kind of hard for everybody. I was cooked up in the northern side of Nigeria, serving my country. There, it was like I didn't hear about the whole COVID. I'm not sure. Like when I was going to camp, that I got tested for COVID. Like nobody, nobody gave a damn about COVID. They're living their lives normally. Those ones, like the world I was in was different from the Western world. Like they were going to everybody was doing that. Everybody was there was no lockdown or anything, bro. People were living their lives. It was back in Lagos, Nigeria. That another years there was lockdown. People were angry. People were not happy, like But in the northern part, except for the government organizations or the government schools that were closed down, my guys, everything was bubbling. Like people were going, people were even meeting, shaking. Like there was no. I think except when you wanted to go to the banks, I had to use mask. The banks were open. Everything was going perfectly fine. So like it was kind of weird when I was watching it on television now. Like I was watching back at home, like in Lagos, Nigeria, that there was lockdown. I was hearing from my family that there was lockdown and stuff, and I said, yeah, I was getting free money and I was getting they pay me for my service and I was not having anything. So like collecting free money, I was not working, I was not doing anything, I was not going anywhere. So like I was collecting free money every month, and it was kind of weird for me when I now saw people protesting on October 1st. Like I said, wow, I had to just call my people, like, okay, what's going on? Because people are frustrated. So I understand, like, when you keep people cooked up for a couple of months, yes, people can go crazy about some things, yeah. But like when I mean about mental health, I meant like the fact that yes, you go online, you see your friends doing well. I can go online, I can see maybe Sherry if I've bought a house, he's married with kids, everything is going well for him, and I start going crazy in my cubicle thinking about what I've done in my life and how my life has come to this point. And I see my mates riding Rolls Royce, and things like that. It's and some people say don't look at the social media, just and that's why you see a lot of people, especially a lot of us right now, trying to just cut off social media for some time, maybe for some months, trying to get our sanity back because you can't let yourself be oppressed by other people or people that you don't even know. When you see somebody, I think when I said that, yes, this is actually real, but I think when Mbappe comes to the limelight, was he like when he first of all came that he had that big one? Was it after the World Cup? That was after 20.
So before the World Cup,
That was
that
like
was
2017.
2017.
That was my
The
final
World
year
Cup
or
was
something.
2017.
And this guy was saying that this 17-year-old boy is earning me billions of dollars, and I'm here wasting my life in wasting. I was like, what the hell, guy? Calm down.
So I feel like the thing is,
No, like it was. I know it was visibly upset. Like, why would this guy was playing this ball? So, like telling me story about his life, how he wanted to play ball, or that his mom, like it was like just a lot of bullshit. But like, and I was like, I think God has a different path for everybody. You can't all be Mbappe. Not everyone is
exactly,
forcing themselves to sports now because they feel like sport is actually where the money is for you know make get rich quick get rich quick scheme. But sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. Like now in the UK, a lot of boys want to go into sports. A lot. I think virtually everybody wants to go into sport, but what they don't understand is, and what most people don't understand is like it's a plan, and it is not a plan because if it doesn't work out, because the scouts will come and scout you. Sometimes it can work out, sometimes it cannot work out. And that's why there's a lot of psychologists here telling them you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. And just have a career outside this that you can fall back on, but none of them will say no. That's why that's none of them will say none of them will not hear or they won't because they feel like okay, they can make it, they can make it, they can make it, they can make it. And I don't blame them for believing their dreams. I think Alexander Arnold, this Liverpool guy, had his friend. that two of them went to the same academy together. But the guy is nowhere. I think the guy is just, it's just his friend that is, into this community football thing that tries to coach all these young boys, and Arnold is trying to support him. But Arnold now is a big guy in football, so it can go sideways, it can go your way. But I think trying to be able to come to terms with that your life is much more important and much more valuable outside this farage
Yes, sir.
of social media influence, or trying to make your life what it's not because you the fact that you want to appease some other people. It is not something that I feel like it is worth dying for. Which is why I asked about why you raised awareness on mental health, and I thank God Michael said a lot about it, because most people are willing to just do anything to make sure that they're on social media, and it is a damaging thing at times. Like they say, social media never forgets. Whatever content you put out there, it's always stay out there forever, and sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ass. Was he? Michael, I was talking to you about some political things before we started this podcast. Like, and 2 weeks ago, they called this lady to these congregational hearings, and all these people that like to feel like they've been all these people that like to feel like maybe they want to associate with black people because they feel like, okay, they oppressed us or something like that. And she's a white lady. She was in charge of one of these news organizations, and the congressman was asking her that, why do you think you feel like you are this and this? And I said, I never said that. And the guy pulled up his phone and he read a quote from 2020. He said, this is your social media account. This is what you said. He said, okay. He said, okay, you called Donald Trump a bastard or something. He said, I never said that. They showed that this is what you type now. Abi is not your account. There's her account. Then she started apologizing that she didn't mean it that way. She didn't listen. So social media it's a very effective tool, and it's a very damaging tool. Whatever one you want to do with it, I feel like you should choose the right thing. Sharif, sorry, I just want to ask you one last, so we can move to the next segment, and I think that's the last segment. Let me see. No, just two more segments. So Sharif,
Yeah,
can you hear me? Okay.
I'm sure.
Okay. So we're still looking about the good side of social media. I want to know, uh, can creativity and career opportunities outweigh the negative impact or the negative mental impact of social media? Like, Pelumedi has this career is into, and it has helped him generate customer base.
Yeah.
Michael said, what did Michael say? I can't, but it was a positive thing about social media.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just know whether your creativity and career opportunities outweigh the negative impact of social media.
I didn't get the question.
Can creativity, like these kit makers, and career
Yeah,
opportunities like this on the social media to meet ends meet, the opportunities, does it outweigh the negative impact of social media?
definitely.
Mm.
The
Ah,
positive aspect of social media is more than the negative.
you don't
I
think it's
feel
50
like,
50?
no, I think the positive, now, the current state of the whole social media world, I think the positive aspect is more than the negative. A lot
Oh,
of people are making ends meet on social media. Even those that, even those that actually do not see themselves being rich
mm.
are making money from social media right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. A lot of people are making money off social media at the moment. And social media can actually take you to a place where even you would not believe that you would get to. Okay, as of today, the guy that stood, the little teenager that stood in front of Peter Obi's campaign vehicle in 2023 was arrested, I think, sometimes maybe this year or last year.
Mm.
At the moment, I think the wealth is going to make of social media is not something that him or his parents would have actually thought about. Even after he got arrested, I think they might have thought that his life and his career would have ended.
Mm.
But because of social media, he is back. Even he met with the president. The other time, he only met him from afar, just stood in front of his car and he did like this. Now he met with the he met with the presidential candidate of Labour Party, that's Peter Obi. Now
Mm.
social
Former,
media, yeah, former governor of Anambra State. Social media is a very, very good tool in all honesty. In all honesty.
no, I didn't say
Even
it's not
if
a good. But what I'm saying is like obviously it's a good tool. We all agree it's a good tool. Some if you use it
yeah,
to that benefit. But I want to know the
yeah,
negative impact have on your mental health and the opportunities that are in it. To me, I feel it is 50-50. And it has to do with what you make use of. Because exactly a lot of people have been radicalized because of social media. You won't say all these people
yeah,
that does that and carry gun and shoot people up and down especially in the United States. It's because of social media they were radicalized. This New Orleans
yes,
bomber, this New Orleans guy that tried to bomb the New Orleans this in January, he got radicalized on social
yeah,
media. So there are a lot of
yeah,
things that and I don't know. I think I don't know how. I'm still trying to study how somebody can see something, radicalize themselves, and change their belief system, and now decide to act against humanity or act against people that they love once more. And it's quite alarming. That's why I wanted to know. I didn't say it is not good in a way, but I wanted to know if the opportunities outweigh the negativity that I've been seeing for some time. Because um I think I think was it yesterday that I learned that 56 Nigerians were killed. 56 Christians were killed or so. I think because
Just
yeah, because of
in,
religion and then
yeah,
yeah, and,
just yeah.
yeah, and we learned out of social media. So like when somebody is like that's why I said that sometimes I have to detox myself and go off because when somebody is getting a lot of like maybe the your news feed is always like bad news about something happening all over the world and you can't take it anymore. I know you just feel like okay, you just need to just go off and try to declutter your mind and try to make positive things out of the world once more. So that's what I'm trying to say. I want to just know whether the opportunities that we get, whether the creativity that we see, whether it outweighs um, the impact. And we can also see that creativity itself sometimes has negative impact because I've heard of skit makers or people that are creative trying to think that okay, I want to get this amount of followers and I want to compete with this person, but like my followers are not increasing, my engagements are not increasing. So what am I doing wrong? And what am I doing right? You understand what I'm saying? Like I've seen
yeah.
it first time, especially with the
I
skit
just feel like
makers.
I feel like we use social media differently. I
Mm,
feel like we use social media differently. So I'll give you an instance. In 2023, when my Canadian visa was denied, I didn't really use WhatsApp. That is one of the reasons why a couple of guys on our mutual group were asking me then if maybe I was alive or if something was wrong with me. I ghosted my WhatsApp and I was more on Twitter and Instagram. Not because
mm,
of anything, but I didn't want to talk to anyone immediate to me about what was wrong with me. I just wanted to leave them alone. I wanted to solve my problems
mm,
alone. So on Twitter, nobody actually knows me. On IG, no one knows me. I just scroll on IG, I like pictures. And on Twitter, I just go like pictures, like tweets and retweet. I was not off social media, but at the same time, I could say I was off social media because I was not interacting with anyone.
Yeah.
So social media can serve as a tool. You can use it differently, I think. And when I was ready to speak up, I came back on WhatsApp recently. and
Mm,
I communicated with my guys. I just feel like how we use social media is 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 just different, and it helps
mm,
us in different ways. Do you understand? So,
yeah. Thank
in
you so
my
much. I don't.
opinion, the
Mm,
positive side is like 70%, and the negative is like 30%.
so I don't want to take much of your time because I promise you guys will finish in 15 minutes. So I don't want to just have 10 more minutes so that we can, all go to our respective businesses. Thank you so much. So I just want to ask like a general question and ask like one or two more questions so that we can, move on. I wanted to talk about the dopamine cycle of likes and validations that affects the brain, and also the effect of cyberbullying, online harassment, and how people can protect themselves. So I wanted to just know, from a general point of view, I think when I first of all had this campus vibes thing, I think the likes and the validation of that really affected me. Because at the point I think Coca will relate, like there was like always constant appeal of likes, comments, likes, DMs, it's just like kind of like I that time, because I was like getting DMs from different people from different universities, and it was like okay, they recognize me, there's street cred here, there's this and that. But like what does that do to your, I want to know how it affects, because then I felt invincible. I felt like okay, I could, go and undo, because I had like when I had followers. So I felt like I had fans. So, and I just like 20,000. No. Now I come to think of people had a million fans, like, so it was like a celebrity status for University of Lagos level. Uh, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, the I wanted to know how that kind of validation affects the way we think. Once we get that kind of, validation, most especially ladies that likes to show off their, you know, what God gave them, because other people are, I don't want to I don't want to hear complain that we use some kind of vulgar word. So let me just put it like that.
Yeah.
So like they say you say you're an estate management and sorry, estate manager, you're into estate management, but you don't see one single house on your page. You've not seen one single house that you sold on your page. All we are seeing is you in the lounge, you in the restaurant, you at the beach, you everywhere. So like, how does that affect your psyche as you know as someone that's into social media? Michael, if you can just
Yeah.
help us with that.
I think, yeah, you've just mentioned all the negative ways it could affect you. You start chasing that validation, and you ignore what you're supposed to actually do, to improve your life, or what you're actually supposed to do, to move forward. And you start chasing that, that likes, that validation from people. And I think, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for women too, you start trying to feel maybe you're not enough, especially when, you see people, I mean, people that, do BBL, and they post themselves, I think there was this trending, controversy around Burna Boy and this lady, who wanted a Lamborghini, for, I can't really remember, a Lamborghini
Lambo. Lambo
because of,
truck.
yeah, sexual relations with Burna Boy. So, if she had gotten the Lamborghini and she had posted it on social media, women that are around her age range might feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough with my life, I need to go and I need to go and have this
not sure
kind of body. What did you say?
no, I'm not sure if she had posted the Lamborghini. I'm not sure if she had mentioned Burna Boy's name in anything.
No,
I'm
no,
sure she
no.
would have said God did it,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
that
yeah,
God paid
yeah,
off or stuff like
yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm alluding to that. Like, people that see it, that,
that. So,
that would have seen that Lamborghini would be like, oh, let me to go and, probably do my body,
or what
or so that
my
I
life?
can be, so that I can, get people to kind of like me and, get those kind of offers, so to speak. So yeah, I think, there are a lot of negative ways that
Uh,
you can just keep going on and on about, all
mm,
these negativities. So yeah, I think that's just one of the ways that I believe that.
okay. I think you're not talking, but I think as of last year, I learned that doing the BBL is part of an investment that has.
Yeah,
That's the first time I've made that
It
thing
has
even in my
returns.
life.
it's an
Investment
investment
that
actually.
Yeah.
It's an
ROI
It has
investment.
a lot of returns.
Yes, now, like I'll say, and how do these people just think on this? Why do people just come up with these things? And so I want to move to cyberbullying, honestly, because that is actually one of the negatives. And I think I want to remember when I experienced it, but I think I experienced it also. I think I think that was like 4 years ago. Yeah, I experienced cyberbullying, and I think I think most of you know I think you know what I went through because of cyberbullying and online harassment. So how can people protect themselves from these causes? Coca, then Sheriff, then we'll just have one more last that state. So how can people
I
protect?
think cyberbullying, it
Or
didn't
what kind
just
of
start
harm?
today.
First of all, what kind of harm can cyberbullying and online harassment cause? And how can
Okay.
people protect them? And how can people protect themselves? So
Okay.
I
So
want Coca about the arms. Then Sheriff, you can talk about the protection side so that we can,
okay.
um, ration our time.
So cyberbullying, regarding the harm it can cause, cyberbullying can make you want to hurt yourself
Mm,
in different ways. Some people commit suicide from being bullied online. Some people start taking drugs because they feel like without those drugs they don't match up to the energy, and that's due to people that bully them online saying that
yeah,
you are not doing this type of thing, you are not in this type of class, you don't belong where they belong. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
yeah. I do.
Exactly. So when somebody tries to what would I say? Is it convince you or confuse you to doing something that you normally feel like is bad, and you don't do it, and they start bullying you? Some people succumb to peer pressure,
Mm,
so it can make you harm yourself. It can make you commit suicide. It can make you do things you are not supposed to do because of you want to feel among, or you just want bullying to stop. So
uh,
basically,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Thank you so much. Sheriff. So how can we protect
Yeah.
ourselves from bullying and harassment online? Most especially these trolls that just don't want you to see any ounce of happiness, any
I
ounce
think the first,
of
I think the first thing you need to do is to firstly appreciate yourself. You need to appreciate yourself. When you appreciate yourself, there's nothing any other person wants to say that's going to get to you.
Yes.
You
no, but
understand?
no. I didn't say you should appreciate yourself. But even the person that appreciates himself the most, there are some
Yeah.
moments of week. Most especially it comes to these our celebrities, and I think the way I've seen it is maybe when the marriage clashes or maybe the marriage is having problem, and you now bring the problem to the social media. Most especially when it has to come to the women and they want to post to gain public sentiment or public support or something. I just feel like it's just over the top, and once something is brought to the online space, then all bets are off. All bets are off. So whatever, it's not like I like what you said about protecting and appreciating yourself. But
Yeah.
appreciating yourself does not make every single inch of your life to the public space for people to dissect.
I feel
Or
like,
don't you think?
when you are being bullied online or bullied generally, it makes the individual have inferiority complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
So So I feel like one of the best ways to sort that is to, if it's possible for you to leave social media for some time, take a break,
Mm,
take a break, take a break, move closer to God, meet your friend physically, talk to them, speak up. If there's anything wrong with you, just speak up. In Nigeria now, we don't appreciate therapists, but it's very, very important. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. You just need to talk to
mm,
someone. So,
that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything. I would have loved to continue, but like I said, I don't want to, you know, waste you guys or keep you guys longer than that because I'm sure that you guys have a lot of things that you're doing. So because there are a lot of things that we still have to talk about, I wanted to get your take about um the difference between the freedom of speech and digital harm. How one can change belief. Make it like how what once change can make you believe every person should make in their social media habits. I wanted to talk about digital detox, time limit to like you said, take time off social media. I wanted to know whether the technological companies should be held accountable for their algorithms or all these things. These are things I wanted to talk about, but I'm sure that yes, you guys will still come back to talk about those things. There's no time. Time is always the enemy of man.
Yeah.
I really want to appreciate you guys for coming. Honestly, I really appreciate it. You guys took time out of your busy schedules to come. Want to thank Michael, Damlola, Palumi for coming today. Honestly, it means a lot to me. So as we wrap this episode, I want to leave us with one single truth. Social media isn't inherently good or bad. It is how we engage with it that makes the difference. This platform can connect us, inspire us, amplify our voices, but they can also distort our self
Mhm.
worth, consume our time, and leave us feeling more isolated than ever. The key intention is that we should ask ourselves, like, my friend Ablola said, how does this make me feel? Is it adding value to my life or quietly draining it? And if you have felt anxious, if you have felt overwhelmed, or you have lost yourself in scrolling through social media, you're not alone, honestly. We're all at that point in our life sometimes and are not powerless also. So you can start small. You can start unfollowing people that make your life, feel small. You can set a timer for yourself. At this time I want to close my social media account, or at this time of the day I'm not going to be doing social media. You can take a walk without your phone. I think most things I appreciate here in the United States and the United Kingdom is people walking their dogs, people taking walks in the evenings, not during the winter, during the summer. It's people walking around with their dogs, people walking with themselves, talking with their partners, those kind of things helps a little. So, you can start a conversation about mental health also. We talked about self care about 3 episodes ago. And you're more than the post. Your life does not revolve around the post. Your life does not require about a filter story. Your peace is worth protecting, honestly. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, for showing up for yourselves, for showing up for us, for engaging, for being part of this important conversation. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode to your friends, and let us know how you are redefining your relationship with social media. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless. Till next week. Thank you guys. Bye.